Okay, we're back on the bench, and as you can see I've attached all of the bogies to the lower hull. That was pretty straightforward, just straight onto the side of the plastic walls there. No problem, and I'm quite pleased that there's no wobbling, so they're all pretty much straight and aligned, which is nice. Always a positive. And as you can see, I've started work on removing all the track links. I think there's about 130, 140, but I think I only need 120 something, 124. So there's a few spares, but yeah, for some reason they were all attached by 5 different points on the sprue. So there was one on each end going in, and then 3 off each track link. What I've done is taken it off the sprue like this, which made it easier to clean up the ends on each side. Made it faster and safer for me to just nick each one off while holding it on this tree. And then it's just a simple case of removing the rest. So yeah, quite a bit of work taking all these off and cleaning them up. But you know, this is just typical of doing track links. I mean, you can't complain too much. It's just the trade-off between having a realistic looking track and having to do lots of work to achieve that. So yeah, that's all good. So I'll get all these lined up and ready for gluing. Alrighty, here we are. So I've completed the link chain. 62 pieces. I've double counted and triple counted just to make sure I've got the right number, so I don't end up with a bit of a crisis on my hands. But yeah, so the theory is, and I've only done this once before and I've seen it done plenty of times on YouTube, so I sort of hope to know what I'm doing, but the theory is you line them all up like this, and then you sort of lightly glue each link, and as it's setting it'll become flexible and should hold together, and it's at that point you then start wrapping it around the wheels. So here goes. Well, that's the first one done. I would have loved to have recorded it, but I just don't really have a lot of room on this desk, and I kind of needed the full flexibility of both my arms and this whole sort of desk space, and there just wasn't any room for the camera, unfortunately. But yeah, I mean, basically, as I said before, it's gluing all the links together and waiting till they're sort of half set so it's flexible yet still holds together, and then just wrapping it around the track just like you would with a vinyl rubber track. Yeah, so I made sure it was the right alignment, so I'm pretty sure that's correct. Well, at least it is according to the box art. And yeah, one thing I've noticed is there's all this white film showing up after I've glued it. I'm not quite sure what that is. It's possibly the excess oil that's still on these parts even after I've washed them. This is the most oily kit I've ever come across. It's really bizarre. But yeah, I'm not quite sure what that white stuff is. I mean, it's definitely not. Could be the plastic reacting with the glue, but I've never had this glue. It's just extra thin. I've never had it react in such a way before, so I mean, it's sticking, so I'm not that worried about it. But yeah, so once that's pretty much set, I'll glue it to the wheels there and then pull it down on the top so it gives the track a bit of weight. But I mean, as I've mentioned before, a lot of this will be covered pretty much like that, so you're not going to see any of that stuff anyway. So yeah, Yeah, the drive sprocket wasn't too bad, and it had to be glued in as I was sticking the track on. And that behaved itself quite nicely, so yeah, one down, one to go. Okay, moving on to the second track. I've made a bit of room on the bench, so I should have enough room to do this on camera now. So hopefully I won't screw it up. Now just making sure it's the right way around. And just need to thread it through the front here. Actually, I found out I could just glue this drive sprocket on, and I can still manage to get the track past it without needing to spin it, so that's fine. Right, so now it's threaded. Now we gently wrap it around the wheels, making sure the drive sprocket pins, teeth I should say, are in the right spot. Right, so you end up with something like that. I think it'll just about work, yeah. So if I can glue this link and this link, actually I might align it so, oh no, probably would have been easier if it was sitting on a wheel. I wonder if I can realign this. A bit more. There we go. And that needs to come up a bit. Right, so I just need to hold those two together. Actually, there we go, just needed to get the drive wheel teeth in there. And there, it's all hooked in, so I just need to apply a bit more glue down here. And this will straighten it all out once it's upright. We'll just reinforce some of these links so they don't pop out on me. This one's wanting to give a little. Yeah, that should be okay. So, slightly a bit curvy there. This needs to come snaking a bit. There, done. Awesome. So that wasn't too bad, I guess. There's a slight warpage in the track. You can probably see it on the one on the left of there. I probably just need to just push it slightly, gently. I'll wait till these links are a bit more set before I worry about that, but I mean, once it's down, who knows, who can see it. I mean, oh well, I guess you guys know it's there, but no one else will be none the wiser. So yeah, so that's the tracks and the wheels done. Well, I thought I was done, but as soon as I finished recording that last segment, I realised one of the tracks was around the wrong way, so I'm really not quite sure how that happened. I'm pretty sure I checked that they were facing the same way. But yeah, I guess it's just one of those things. Luckily I found it just in time, just before the tracks did really set, so I was able to pull it off and just realign it. And yeah, so you can see there's both tracks, left and right, now facing the right way. So yeah, so some of the sharp-eyed viewer out there may have noticed. So yeah, it's been corrected. And yeah, it was a close one. I mean, if I'd wrapped it up and then gone to bed and come in the next morning, it might have been a different story, but like I said, these things happen. I guess all that counts is that you catch it in the end and run up to the blunder and move on. So yeah, so it's I haven't attached this yet, it's just sitting there, but yeah, so the wheels and tracks are done. Next up we've got the front glacis and periscopes, and then we'll be moving on to the gun. So it's all starting to come together, starting to take shape. And yeah, so hopefully I'll have another update or two maybe by the end of this week. I kind of just want to get through this kit. Not that I'm in any rush or anything. Once I start these kits, I just kind of like to get through them. Obviously taking my time and doing it right, but yeah, especially with tanks, I just find them quite easy just to sort of power through for a week or two and get it out of the way, because my backlog is getting slightly too big for my liking. So yeah, once I knock this one out, I'll get back onto the Tamiya Enterprise 1/350 scale, which I've got another video about on my channel. And yeah, so thanks for watching. I hope it's been informative. It's probably not been that instructional. I mean, there's probably better videos out there on linking tracks. Seeing as I'm not that experienced with it, I thought I'd just give you a quick overview. And yeah, I didn't want to get too in depth into it. But yeah, so keep an eye out for more updates. There'll be one or two this week. Part 3 should be following soon. And yeah, so until next time, catch you later.